Hello, people. How's it going? Well, Minnesota's still cold, cloudy. It snowed yesterday, icy, and it's Minnesota. Anyway, this is the creative writing series that I'm still doing. This is the creative writing talking about book series. I am doing the book acquiring tag from the booktube community. I'm not sure how to tag other people. I'm not sure. Well, I'm still learning this stuff, so sorry, I had to straighten the cushion out. So it should be interesting. It should be fun. It's not very long. It's not as long, excuse me, as long as the other one was. But I'm not even sure I'm even doing these tag things correctly. But they're fun. They're hopefully a way to getting to meet other people, new people, to connect with other people who will, subscribe to my YouTube channel while I subscribe to theirs. Get involved with other people who like books and reading and such. Anyway, this is the book acquiring tag. There are, well, I shortened it a little bit only because I just did. This is 9 questions. Do you plan book purchases or impulse buying? Yes, yes, and yes. I will go into a bookstore looking for a particular book, usually half-price bookstore, which is where 95% of the time my books are from half-price books. And yeah, I'm usually looking for a particular book, but that impulse gene in my head which says you must buy this book or it'll disappear forever. So I buy that book, even though I'm actually looking for a different book. It's a conflict. There is a conflict, like Darth Vader and the dark side and the good side of the Force. It's a conflict I lose because a lot of times I will find a book that I think might be interesting or might be useful for a writing project or something. I mean, I'm almost more impulse than looking for something. That's only because I visit the bookstore at least once a week. I keep hitting. Oh, that's the calendar. I keep hitting the calendar. Sorry, gotta adjust this here. So yeah, I plan a lot of times, and when I get there, the impulse takes over. It really does depend on my mood sometimes. I've gone into a bookstore and I know this is sacrilege and blasphemy, but I've actually not bought a book. I'm sorry. But sometimes I am actually literally looking for a particular book. Those are those rare moments where I'm looking for a particular book and it's not there. So whatever. My other impulse buys will be on thrift books when I order them online. A lot of times I'll be just putzing and looking at the books I might want to buy one day, and I realize I should buy that now because there's only one left in stock, and I have no control when it comes to books. I see books, I buy books. I mean, I stop off at yard sales looking for books. I go to half-price bookstore looking for books. I go to Barnes & Noble looking for books. I go to the little bookstore that's North St. Paul, a few miles from here, looking for books. They charge too much. For their half-price books, they charge too much. They do. But anyway, yeah, it's a conflict. Somewhere between impulse and looking for a book it's a wonderful conflict because I always end up buying books. How do you decide what books to buy? If they're there and I have the money, I buy them. I mean, I'm usually looking for history, biography. Those are usually my top 3, unless I've asked my friend Natalie for an idea what I should be looking for. She'll give me an idea, and I'll try to find books usually in the section she wants me to find one. But I mean, I wander all over the bookstore, and a lot of times it's more the subject that I'm looking for than an actual book title. A lot of times, I walk into a bookstore, I look for what I'm looking for, and half the time I leave with more books I wasn't planning on buying than what I buy. It's a conflict I enjoy a lot. I mean, if I have the money, yeah, I'll buy it because what's eating? I can eat later. Eating isn't important at the moment. I've done that. Believe me, I've done it. Food book, food book, book. That breaks, well, 9 times out of 10. It also depends on how much that book is. But most of the time, the book wins, which explains the chaos I live in. What is your philosophy on where to shop? Well, as I said, usually half-price bookstores first, Barnes & Noble, the used bookstore in North St. Paul. I will order books on Amazon. I will order books on Thrift Books. I mean, I ordered several books that finally got here on Thrift Books and Amazon. That finally got here. I love the interest. So far, I've read 2 of the stories, and I like it so far. It's kind of good. I also ordered this one. This one has short stories. This one could be read for Cosmic Horror for next May, for the Terror Mayhem month. This has Cosmic Horror in it. It has, if I remember correctly, I'm gonna look anyway. It does have H.P. Lovecraft's Color Out of Space, Robert Heinlein Bay, Robert Bloch, It Happened Tomorrow, Ray Bradbury, Sleep in Armageddon, Arthur C. Clarke, and Walk in Dark, which I think I've read. I'll look for later. I think I know what that book's about. Richard Matheson book, Born of Man and Woman, which is actually a pretty good horror story. I don't know if it's cosmic, but if it's goth, well, it's been a while. I might be over speaking. Let's see, Dean Koontz, Isaac Asimov, Clive Barker. But yeah, this book has a lot of what I would consider cosmic horror related stories. I read this years ago when it first came out, but I ordered it so for the May reading thing. This came in today. This came through the mail today. The Left Hand of Darkness. I know I'm off topic. I know. Welcome to my world. I also got by Robert E. Howard, The Coming of Conan book that's gotten here. Thank you. Von Manor. Von. Oh, that's your first name. That's not good, Michael. But yeah, that book finally got here. Looks interesting. I read the introduction already. I've already been reading a few other things. But yeah. Why? Sorry, there's something happening in the other room that's distracting me. I don't live alone. But, yeah. He of Von Manor, Stately Von Manor, I was corrected on this. Stately Von Manor. So I ordered that book on Conan, and I ordered the book on the Weird Woods. There was another one I ordered because he recommended it, and I can't see it. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, well, doesn't matter. I easily get distracted, people. But yes. What about the little libraries on people's lawns? I've never borrowed a book, taken a book from them, but I have put books into them. I put books on philosophy in them and a few other odds and ends. But yeah, I look at them sometimes just to see what's in there, if anything might interest me. And I rarely ever do. So I usually just put books in them when I'm replacing a book that I'm getting a new copy of. I'll maybe put one in there. I did that with the philosophy of Plato, I think it was. My tea is getting cold. Let's see. But yeah, I think the little libraries are a cool idea. I mean, there's a couple blocks that way, and there's just kids' books in it. I was looking at it this morning after walking my dog. Maybe one day she'll make an appearance. She likes to wander in here sometimes. How do you feel about acquiring books? How do you share? How do I feel about acquiring books? They're lost children who need a home, particularly the half-price ones. I love books. I mean, I've explained before. I've had several libraries before this one. I like books. I love books. I love everything about them. I don't own a Kindle. I don't own anything on electronics. All my books are actual paper, and they smell like it, which is why I like them. I do have books on tape, which I use on occasion when I'm writing. How do I share? Well, I try to talk about them like I do this. I try to do a book review of the books I've bought and stuff. I think I need a new cushion for this chair. But I like to talk about books. I like to buy them. I like to have recommendations. I like books. I mean, I just do. I mean, I'll show you the table where I keep all the books I'm reading later at some point. Let's see. How do I feel looking at my books that haven't been read? I will get to them eventually. Maybe not. But I have them. If I ever want to read them, they're here. I mean, I like books. I like having them around me, even though I may never read every single one of them. They're there if I want to read them. I like having them around. I just sometimes just like having books around me. It's just that library feel, that book feel. You know, that college professor feel with too many books in his office, which is pretty much what this room looks like, an office. But anyway, I like to see. How do you decide what number is unread is on? How do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? There's never enough books. You can never own enough books. There aren't enough books anywhere. There will never be enough. If you come to the conclusion you have too many books, you need to have your head examined. You're in the wrong profession of being a book collector. As I said, as I'm constantly saying, I like books. I enjoy them. I enjoy the potential of them, the interest of them, the writer behind them. It's why it's why I like the creativity of writing. That's one reason I buy so many books of so many different subjects and so many different authors, so many different. I have an interest in the creative process, which is probably partly why I buy so many books. Is I'm interested in the writing process. I'm always trying to improve my own writing by reading other people, by studying other people, by branching out into different genres, different writers, like the Robert E. Howard books and the horror books and Stephen King. And, I know I ordered a book and I can't know where I put it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I told you, I get distracted easily. Very easily. Particularly when I'm rambling and talking. It's still not something I'm comfortable doing, but this is partly why I'm doing this. I want to connect with other booktube people and the community, and I don't know how to connect with other people other than to talk to them on their own channels, and hopefully they'll look at my channel and subscribe and so on and so forth and comment. So this is partly why I'm doing it, but see, do you have a QBR game or process for reading for them? To be read? Well, I can show you the table where all the books I'm reading right now are. These are all the books I've been reading, not just this year or this month. This is the books I'm reading, in various stages since I've, well, I mean, there. That is my table where I keep the books I'm reading at the moment. Believe me, the stack will get bigger once the other books I order to get here. But that's the table. That's where I put the books I'm reading. I mean, granted, some of them are for the May thing, and some are for fun and pleasure, and some are just recommendations. But I like books. I as I've said before, I don't go anywhere. I don't even go to work without a book. I don't go anywhere without a book, practically. I mean, I like books. Let's see. Do you have a book buying problem? Yes, I have a book buying problem. There aren't enough books, and I don't have enough money to buy the books. That's my problem. And I don't have, at some point I'm going to run out of room in this room. It's getting to that point. I may have to invade someone else's room. Drive them out. I'll bring Conan from the book and make him attack the other guy and drive them out. But anyway, I do not have a problem. I do not find it to be a problem. It can be a problem, though. Only when you begin to run out of room, which is still not going to stop me, so it's not a problem. I'm an addict, and my addiction is books. I confess to this problem. Yes, I do have a problem. I cannot go into a bookstore without buying a book. So I've done it. See, I have willpower. Not a whole lot, but I have willpower. Not a whole lot. But no, I don't have a problem. There is no problem. I do not have a book problem. I am not addicted to buying books. I can stop anytime I want. Just not today, tomorrow, or the rest of my life. I like books. As you can tell, I'm a rambling, crazy person. What is the nature of my book problem? They're books. They have words in them. I can read the words. Words are good. Creativity is good. My mom taught me to read. My mother instilled in me the sense that reading is good. That reading, I still remember the first book as far back as I first read. Oh, excuse me, I should have brought it over here and shown it to you. Wait a minute, so I can find it real fast. Don't go anywhere. As a kid, I remember this is the farthest book I can remember reading as a kid was this one. It's the same guy who wrote the Shrek books. It's a kid's book, of course, but I remember reading this book. This is probably the reason I like writing and I like reading. To me, buying books isn't so much just accumulating stuff. It's knowledge, it's information, it's stories, it's ideas, it's philosophy. I don't understand people who don't read. These people baffle me. People who don't want. I'm not saying people who can't. I'm talking about people who don't want to. They baffle me. They trouble me. They don't know what they're missing. Hold on. I like books. We know that. Can it be adjusted? No. And don't try to. People have tried. Believe me, people have tried to stop me from buying books. They've told me you need to stop buying books, and I laugh and walk away. I don't need that kind of negativity. Well, that's the other questions were actually I should tag people, but I don't know how to tag people. I don't know enough people. I don't know. I'm still learning how to do this. I'm still really kind of learning how to do it. So I will end it here because we're already at almost 18 minutes. I don't want to bore people. Well, as I say, have a good day, people. Stay out of trouble. Subscribe to my channel. I will see you later. Behave yourselves because you know I won't.